There's a ton of valuable information for artists on YouTube, but there's a fundamental part of being an artist that is rarely talked about, which are the habits that aren't directly related to art, but indirectly have a profound impact on how you draw. I strongly believe that a big part of what makes a successful artist are the things they do when they're not drawing, especially when it comes to being more productive, creative, and most importantly, happy and content. These are habits that will not only improve your art, but your life in general, but some of them will be things that you wouldn't expect to see in an art video. So I want you to promise me to at least watch the video with an open mind and at least be willing to try them out, because I genuinely want to help. With that being said, let's get started. A couple of days ago, I was rewatching one of my favorite anime, Sound Euphonia, and there was one scene at the end of the first episode where the main character was unsure if she wanted to keep playing in a concert band now that she started high school. But when she sees her new friend, who's a total beginner, get a nice sound out of an instrument for the first time, it reminds her of how she felt when she was a little kid who played only for fun. We can learn two things from this. The first is that everyone should go and watch Sound Euphonia. And the second is that you should remind yourself of why you started in the first place. This moment from the anime really resonated with me because I could relate to the character. Art is a really difficult pursuit that can take an entire lifetime to master, and even if you commit a lot of time to it, you will still need to be really patient to get to the level you want to be. In that process, we often get caught up in the little things like, oh, I need to do this and I need to do that, and eventually you start drawing just for the sake of improvement. But then again, that takes a really long time to see. So art becomes more like a chore, something you have to do rather than something you want to do. And we forget why we even draw in the first place. This is the easiest way to get to burnout. It's guaranteed. So in times like this, I want you to ask yourself this question. Why do you draw? And what exactly was it that you used to do that made you love drawing? I remember I was once in a similar situation, and while I was reading a manga about artists called Blue Period, I saw them drawing sculptures and I really wanted to do something like that. That night, I stayed up until 2 in the morning just drawing the statue. The next day, I messaged some of my Discord friends saying, I've been feeling a little stuck with my studies, so I decided to remind myself of why I do this in the first place, with some sketches. Man, I love drawing. Most fun I've had drawing in some time. So whatever that thing is that you love drawing, just do it. Don't think about anything unnecessary, like if this is going to improve your art or if there are any benefits to this. This shouldn't be your purpose when doing this. It should be just to have fun. Just let go of everything and just have fun. Even if this drawing sucks, even if it doesn't make you a better artist, just do it and keep it a consistent habit. Art should be fun, and sometimes you need to remind yourself of that by just letting go. Of course, this is not to say that focused studying is bad, or that art will always be fun. But even your practice, you should aim to make things fun by learning from professionals, which is so easy with a platform like Skillshare, who are kindly sponsoring this video. I'm always eager to learn more about color and light, and luckily for us, Marco Bucci has his classes on Skillshare, which is no surprise since Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with classes led by industry professionals from any creative pursuit, such as illustration, painting, design, productivity, and much more. I currently am taking the Color Survival Guide by Marco Bucci, but he also has many other valuable classes that I plan on taking in the future. If any of this interests you, then you can try it all out for free. This is because the first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. If you're anything like me, then you sit at the desk all day and either draw or work on other stuff. And of course, your posture looks like a golden ratio. When I started drawing seriously, I would be at school, then come back home and draw, and was basically sitting all day, which caused me really bad back pain at 18 years old. What's crazy is that this isn't very uncommon nowadays, and especially in artists, since you sometimes need to draw for many hours at a time. Of course, as the title of the chapter suggests, this was all solved when I started a consistent habit of physical training at the gym. Now, I'm not sure if exercise helps with things like wrist problems, which is also very common for artists, but I can confidently say that it has very obvious physical benefits. And when I say physical exercise, I absolutely don't just mean going to the gym. Even things as small as a short run or a walk can really help you get out of your bubble and breathe some fresh air. Sports are also very nice. I personally play volleyball, but anything is fine. All I want to say is that you need some form of physical activity in your day. But what's even better about physical exercise are ironically the mental benefits. It can really help you become more energetic, positive, and confident. I don't know what it is about exercise that makes you feel like a superhuman. I really wouldn't be exaggerating when I say that I wouldn't be on YouTube if it wasn't for the gym. I know it sounds weird, but it's really the truth. I used to be so scared of putting myself out there, but training in a weird way made me more willing to risk it. Even for art, I think I would have given in to the pressure from my parents if I didn't become more confident. Aside from that, it just makes you more happy on average. Like, this is genuinely a superpower and you need to capitalize on it. Also, a side effect of training your muscles is that it helps you learn a ton about the anatomy of the body, each muscle group and how they function. Generally, the most helpful thing in my anatomy studies was understanding how to grow each muscle and what movements each one performs and how it looks when it's big. Who needs a reference of a buff dude when you can be the buff dude? Now we get to my favorite habit on the list, and probably the weirdest one. This isn't the first time I talk about meditation for artists, and probably won't be the last. It's a little hard for me to explain why I think meditation is so important, because it delves into many abstract concepts, like mindfulness, consciousness, even some spiritual stuff that I don't think I can explain at all, especially not in such a short time frame. But even then, I can give you a lot of practical reasons as to why you should practice meditation consistently. Meditation, from a physical standpoint, is a practice of focus. For example, you can try to put your entire focus on your breath. When you do that, you will get distracted by thoughts or physical sensations. And the practice is literally just to not react to them and let them pass, like a train that you decide not to take. This, of course, is something that you can apply to any situation in life. So you're trying to draw, but you get some random thoughts about how you haven't replied to that one person, or you get a notification on your phone, so you lose focus and go do something else. Meditation will really help you resist that impulse. If you think about it, anything we think of as difficult is a product of our minds. We got caught up in thinking, oh, I can't do this, I just can't be bothered drawing right now. But this is exactly the same as the breath exercise, in which you didn't react to those thoughts. Now, with that practice, you can get better at controlling your actions despite these thoughts. So with practice, meditation will give you laser sharp focus and make you able to endure hardships and resist impulses. If this doesn't sound like something worth it for you, then I don't know what will. If you're interested, then you can try out the app called Medito. This app will guide you through and introduce you to meditation as a complete beginner. It's completely free and the main way I learned about meditation. And if you want to delve into more abstract concepts, then you can check out Dr. K. If you've stayed until here, it means that you at least found what I said interesting. But I really don't want you to leave and stay the same after watching. I do genuinely think that these habits will definitely have a profound impact on your art journey and life in general. I know that these are probably not things you wanted to hear in an art video, but the truth is that the biggest improvements are found in the things that we try to avoid. And you'd be surprised how much this can improve your art and life. If you're skeptical, just try them out for a few days before saying that they don't work. Because progress in these things, just like art, is very slow and you need to be very patient before you can judge them. Try meditating for 5 minutes today and going on a small walk and see how you feel. Lastly, I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this video. I know that this is very different from my usual content, which is very focused on the technical side of art, but I think this lifestyle aspect is even more important in my opinion. this video will very likely get fewer views. So even though I hate saying this, it would help me a lot if you could comment and let me know that it helped you. Or maybe just share experiences that might help other people. Seeing that people get value from this will encourage me to make more similar videos in the future. For now, I thank you for watching and I wish you a peaceful rest of the day. Take care.